Hi guys, Jake and MJ back again for more live reactions to Power Rangers Beast Morphers. Throw them away. There we go. Alright, I think we actually have the live stream figured out. Yeah, knocking all the wood. Figured out, hopefully working out well for you guys. So please, by all means, let us know. Let us know if there are any issues, but I think we've got things pretty well figured out. As always, again, no spoilers in the chat, please. Remember, this is our first time seeing this.
It is Beast Morphers.
It has been yet another busy week at school, but moving along. I've reached the halfway point of my first quarter of this new school year teaching, so that's been exciting. Next week is...
Naked neck. Oh, well.
Oh, sorry. Next week is the 7-year anniversary of our channel, which is super exciting, and I really want you guys to let us know what do
you want to see for that?
What do you want to see for that?
Do you want to see a ghoulish, demonic conversations in context?
Would you like a conversations in context or a writer log of Kamen Rider Build, which is very long overdue.
Way overdue.
I know I've promised it for a long time, but please.
Hey, Megaris.
Hello, everybody.
Happy
so hello to Joseph, to Spencer, to Kaiju Rider, to Chris, to Takeda Kizuragi, Omega Rez, Sean,
hey,
Daniel. Hello to everyone in the chat right now.
Yay!
I know there are more people coming in.
Oh, so updates on Power Rangers, Database Rangers Power Reviews filming.
Yep.
We've been.
Yeah, we just did another little filming session to get caught up on some Mayo stuff.
Yeah.
For the next one. Yes. Oh, yes, you're showing off your nail polish.
My Mayo nail polish.
Yes.
I must be wearing it because we've been filming Mayo.
As much as you guys are able to tell, I have no idea how well they can
Pretty
do.
sure.
They could probably tell down there. I don't know if they can tell up there.
The fox is here.
The fox is here. Oh my. I don't know.
I think I'm allergic to the fox.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we'll just get started in another moment. We'll give people another minute or two to keep coming into the live stream.
Ooh, I've got this
but yes, I am making slow but steady progress, getting a little bit done each week. Again, it's a bit of a busy weekend because I'm also doing
thanks, Jesse.
Filming for a local collection of 1X. So I did the first viewing.
Last night, right?
I did the first viewing last night, so I can film it tomorrow.
Oh, you're gonna film it tomorrow.
Yes. Very good 1X this year, actually.
I'm glad. I'll be at
you'll probably. I think after I recorded, you'll probably want to see at least one of them. There's Steve Hennell, who some of you may know as Agent H from Database Rangers Power Reviews.
Steve Hennell.
And also the commander from Power Rangers Grid Defense. He is a local playwright, and he did an excellent show this year. It's basically one long monologue, not dissimilar in structure to BoJack Horseman's episode Free Churro. For those of you who watch BoJack Horseman.
Don't worry, Kaiju. I'm entirely outside of the Twitter and Facebook Power Rangers community because this is kind of like my sole venture into it. But you should be careful because apparently it's full of spoilers.
Yeah, I know. I tend to glaze past them pretty well at this point, but I do watch out.
The Beast Wrecker Zord, Joseph got.
Oh, good for you. That's nifty. I didn't. Oh, that's right, because those are out now.
Yeah, they're just out.
That's right.
You got it today.
That might be for my holiday list.
You gonna put that down? Something you want for
my
Hanukkah?
wish list. Maybe for Hanukkah or Christmas. For the Christmas Kwanzaa.
Christmas Kwanzaa?
Except we don't celebrate Kwanzaa.
No, we don't.
No.
We're a bit white.
But we are fully into October now. I should have worn my orange T-shirt for October.
Yeah, a little bit more this way. We're getting out of frame.
I'm fine. So Yeah, I'm sure we'll have the Halloween episode coming up at some point. I forget which week that's going to be.
Halloween court?
I'm curious to see if that actually ends up being
Pumpkin
a thing
court?
again.
Or whatever they call it.
No one spoil us on the Halloween episode because I do want to see if they bring back the Halloween court again.
Wait a minute.
Yes?
This is going to air
I'm not sure
right
which
now.
week. Whoa.
Never mind.
What?
We're live streaming.
Yes, we are.
I was just like, this is going to air tomorrow, right?
Well, I mean, I'll also release it on Sunday with the recorded version.
Well, I just want to give a shout out right now.
Yes?
To my friend James, who's getting married tomorrow.
Oh, congratulations.
So, happy nuptials to James and Sarah.
Yes?
Sharon!
Sharon. I don't know either of these people, but
yeah.
congratulations.
James and Sharon getting married.
Alright, so I think so we got, I think, a pretty good collection of people so far. So I think it might be time to dive into...
No more Halloween court.
Let's dive into episode 12 of Power Rangers Beast Morphers Real Steel.
That was the name of a movie, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, with Hugh Jackman. I expect this to have the Hugh Jackman Ranger. Ooh, he's developing a new toy.
Just one more use for Morph-X?
He's just pouring Morph-X in.
So I just listened to a podcast today about the Radium Girls, and now looking at Morph-X, all I can think about is the radium-infused paint that the Radium Girls wound up ingesting.
He wants to go snow.
We do not have a Hanukkah tree topper, but we don't actually usually have a Christmas tree either, so...
Or maybe snorkeling.
Steel wants to do some adventure.
I mean, we have a little one, but it's the Charlie Brown tree.
Look what we've created here. Each blade on these new weapons takes
Steel's like chilling. So, wow.
Do you sleep?
Nope, but he is snoring.
I'll never be totally human if I don't learn the basics.
Skiing and swimming aren't going to make you human.
But bro,
No, he's right. Skiing and swimming are not going to make you
That's true.
Sleeping might.
Steel, what's up?
Hey,
Steel.
he just wants to explore.
Yeah,
Take a break. Go hang out with him.
Steel,
Seriously, it doesn't have to be skiing.
Or, huh?
you are a much better robot wanting to learn humanity
Yeah, basketball's
than
totally human.
than
I can teach you how to play.
Robonite already.
Really? Can you teach me to drool?
I think you mean dribble. But no problem. You'll be taking
Oh.
it time.
Oh.
Devin's gonna teach me how to play basketball.
He's already jealous.
Well, yeah, I guess. Sure.
Great. So, in order to move, you gotta dribble the ball. Your opponent's gonna
Why don't you go play with them?
No thanks. I have a lot to do here.
He doesn't like that Steel is hanging out with Devin.
He shouldn't have pushed him away.
Yeah.
Hey, look! It's a copy machine.
It is.
Is that going to become a monster?
Probably. Yep. He's just like, as if there's anything else nearby, he's going to turn into anything. What is it?
He's going to be the person.
Ah, it's a shapeshifter. That's cool. I like
Good
that.
actor.
Yeah.
I love how he's believable both as about to crap his pants and evil machine.
I told you that headbutting is against the rules of basketball.
Oh.
They need to change the rules. I just need to tape up the hole, then I can use Nate's air compressor to fill her up.
Hey, team, who wants pizza?
Now that's something very human. Eating.
Oh, this is gonna go poorly. I don't even know how. I just know it's gonna go poorly.
Is that?
He's going to leave it unattended. That's how.
But what's gonna happen?
Too many PSI.
Can I have a little
It's going to explode?
Yes.
Can't eat.
That's what happens when you put too many PSI
What the?
in a basketball.
Okay. Wow, that thing's doing crazy amounts of damage.
Now that's what I call a catch.
No.
Almost broke my cheetah claws.
Cheetah
Almost
claws.
being the key word. As you can see, the claws are just fine.
This is a laboratory.
He's
a
not
sterile
happy.
environment. It's not a playground.
But you
You
said it
probably
yourself.
shouldn't have pizza.
Science can be fun.
I'm not joking.
I'm sorry, Nate.
Next time you do something like this, you won't be welcome in here.
Oh.
Got it?
I'm really sorry.
What do you know? Just like real brothers.
Nate is very upset.
Hey, Nate. Are you okay?
Yeah. Fine.
Rangers. Blaze and a Robotron have been identified.
They're eating vintage.
Charlie,
They are.
50.
Charlie 5.
I wonder
Looks
if
like
it's
with
John's karma.
it looks like green peppers.
It wasn't Ben and Betty this time.
That's true. Steel has made for a pretty good addition to the show.
Really, Chris? Really?
Nothing on
Really?
my infrared vision.
Really?
This is where they were spotted.
Really?
Maybe they've moved.
Oh,
Really?
there's Blaze.
Maybe not.
Hello, Rangers.
The commander said that there was a Robotron, but I don't see one.
See, you can try and destroy us, but we're avatars. It's nearly impossible. Excuse us if we don't just give up. But it would be so nice if you did just give up.
So what is it gonna do?
But then what would I do with all my time? Oh well.
Wow,
We'll
he's
destroy
just
you
he's just
eventually.
really playing it up.
No, they have not yet established whether or not steel can be damaged by water, but I really hope we can't, because, I mean,
Behind us. Surprise.
hopefully, much like a automobile, I mean,
He loves to scream Tronics. He really does.
the name of the episode is Real Steel. I hope he doesn't steal
I
the
can't believe
episode.
he actually used monologuing to his advantage. That was a good move.
Yeah, usually monologuing goes poorly for the bad guy.
Yeah, good job. Good job. Good monologue.
I feel like there are no actual hot dogs in that fight.
Oh, I think that's the first time I've seen Blaze using his sword out of Morph.
Oh, now that's a bad thing. Devin's fighting very well. Nate is getting his butt kicked. He
Yeah.
asked for help, and Steel went to help the guy who was fighting well already. Not only is that going to be a jealousy kind of thing, but it's also going to be like a... and he almost shot me.
Seriously? What was that? Sorry, your tronic bumped into me.
Save it.
Bro!
Steel let the Robotron get away.
But guys, you know I didn't do it on purpose.
Back to base. Let's go, man.
Steel is very sad.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, I did. You and Steel. Your performance during the fight against that Robotron was disappointing. Rangers fight as a team. I heard you had an argument earlier. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am. He was goofing around in the lab and almost destroyed a new weapon I'm developing.
And I said I was sorry.
Apologies don't fix everything.
Maybe not. But they're always a good first step. I need you two to work this out. It's hurting the team.
You're right,
I kind
Commander.
of see it from both sides here, though.
Yeah.
Brother.
Steel. Got a new ball. Game time.
I'd love to, but
I need to go pick up some materials. Am I dismissed?
Yes.
Sean's being a really good mentor right now.
I just gotta... Hey,
Sean needs to talk to Steel a little bit more.
Yeah.
Nate!
Because, unfortunately, the problem here is that as well-intentioned as he is,
He's still very new to.
Steel is missing some serious social cues here.
Yeah. But he's still picking up on enough to recognize that
Now remember,
he's upset.
find the computers
Nate.
that control the Zords. And destroy
Yeah,
them
but
first.
he's having difficulty. For example, the apologies don't fix everything. Because the way he apologized, the way he apologized was almost perfunctory. It didn't seem like he understood the gravity of the situation.
To an extent.
So, like,
Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go! It's morphin' time. For justice we fight with Beast Morphin' might. Together we rise.
go, go,
go Power Rangers. Go Power Rangers.
Go
Power Rangers Beast Morphers.
What I'm saying is that he's giving the impression of minimizing and dismissing Nate's feelings.
He definitely was earlier, but it's definitely seeming more genuine in that.
It's getting increasingly more.
And in your tummy?
What do I want? A puppy. That's what I want to eat.
You want to eat a puppy, you monster?
Don't miss an all-new
Okay.
after a new human
Steel is the
But what I'm
youngest
saying
ranger.
is that, like, for example, his reaction about the basketball just there was, again, unfortunately, ill-timed in such a way that showed a lack of empathy for Nate. And now Nate needs to understand that Steel is 3 days old.
Well, I think it's one of the issues is that
He also dismissed him at the beginning and
Yeah.
started all of this.
well, but with regards to that last scene though,
Let's go.
with Devin showing up with the basketball.
He missed it initially. He caught on when Nate
Let's go check out over there.
No.
bounced.
Well, he caught on the moment that Devin showed up. He's like, I'd love to, but he's clearly recognizing that his relationship with Nate is more important.
I didn't get I'd love to, but I was like, yeah, I'd love to, let's go. And that's when Nate bounced.
No, he literally said, I'd love to, but.
Oh, I missed the but.
That's why I'm saying No, I don't think that Nate missed it. The thing is that that's not the extent of the conflict. The conflict is also that Nate is jealous of Steel making friends with Devin.
Oh, yes.
That's the part that
My daughter has been using.
I feel like that's the only part that
Steel is missing, to an extent.
I feel like also that's the only part that Commander Shaw was addressing.
No, it was.
has chosen
I feel like-
to go very rapidly.
Well, they had the fight over the lab
Instills
thing,
this
Yes.
amazing
She was addressing the fight over the lab thing.
So much fun.
but not realizing that there's also an additional underlying issue.
What I'm
with
saying is
Steel
she's
befriending
not
Devin.
addressing the emotional dynamic here. It's coming across more as a coworker conflict and a lot less of a brothers hurting brothers' feelings kind of situation. Because these guys are acting like real brothers right now. By the
Well,
way.
true. But she is
I
treating
mean,
them like adults.
I had a brother,
I feel like she is treating them like adults.
which might not be the right call at this moment because they are acting like children. Like children
Yeah.
brothers. And Steel is a children.
Yes.
Nate is a teenager, he's almost an adult. But Steel is absolutely a child.
Well, yes.
And may need to be guided as such.
Free delivery, even on furniture, with pride.
But yes, as somebody was saying in there, Steel is the youngest ranger in Power Rangers history, and Zenowing was the oldest. That's over 65 million years.
Fair enough.
Keep working on it.
Whatever you do, don't
But yeah,
the door.
it's nice because it is a complex and relatable conflict.
It really is.
It's a multi-tiered conflict, which is more sophisticated than we generally see in this show.
I think one of the things that's actually appealing to me about the story here right now, though, is that there is
And we're back,
two people who both care about each other very much.
and we have evil Nate being
There you are.
very.
Evil Nate.
I'm so glad I found you. I've been thinking,
I'm wondering how.
and it's clear you aren't yourself.
I'm not.
Not at
Oh
all.
dear.
It isn't like you to stay mad at me for so long. I'm really sorry I almost damaged your cheetah claws. And blasting you, well, it really was an accident.
My cheetah claws? Oh, yeah. Well, don't worry about it.
To make up for it, I cleaned the whole lab. I calibrated your oscilloscopes and sterilized the glassware.
Aw,
I promise to be more careful.
aw.
And
Steel.
I really wish he was having this conversation with actual Nate.
Well, never on purpose.
Yeah.
Fine then. I forgive you.
Really? You too?
Aw.
Yup. It's water under the bridge.
Fantastic. I'll go unload the supplies you got. Are they still in the car?
Oh, Yes, they are. If you'd go away and do whatever, I'd really appreciate
It's
it.
falling for this.
It's my pleasure, brother.
Yeah.
Catch you later.
Again, we're going
Well,
back
he
to the fact
he wants that forgiveness. Yeah.
Also, babe,
Yeah.
what I was trying to get to.
Yeah.
Steel's a bit autistic.
Let's go.
In certain regards, yes.
Good play. Who's it?
All right, bro. Let's see what you've got in here.
Oh, wrong car.
Huh? Where is everything? Three-pointer. Wrong car. Now, where are those boxes?
Thanks, but I can manage without them.
Well, actually, it's no problem. I can carry.
I said leave it. Shouldn't you be playing basketball or something?
What? But, bro, you said it was water under the bridge.
I'll be back
Poor
in a minute.
Steel.
Alright.
This is like
I'm so confused.
Hey, Steel, wanna play?
it's such an appropriate character to get messed with in this way too, but it's just also so sad.
Yes.
Hey, Nick, wait up.
What is it, Zoe?
I've seen Ben and Betty make much worse mistakes than Steel, and you forgave them pretty quickly.
So?
So, honestly, I don't think you're mad at Steel for messing around in the lab. I think you're really mad because Steel didn't invite you to play basketball with him and Devin.
Trust me, there's more to it than that.
But then, what is it?
I'm mad because I don't know how to play basketball, or baseball, or football. I've spent my entire life in that lab wishing that I had a brother to do things with. And now that I have one, he wants to have fun.
And I don't know how.
And he thinks that I'm boring.
He said he's boring.
It's worse than either of us thought.
How
Yeah.
can you possibly believe that?
Well, I mean that is the conflict that it was showing right at the beginning.
It was. And
now Steel just
saw a second
spotted
Nate.
the other Nate.
You were just over there.
You are over there.
What's going on?
Nate, wait.
That's impossible.
This is a really good episode, actually.
Nates.
He found access to the
That
Zords.
controls the Zords.
Steel's gonna have to figure out who to shoot at some point. They're gonna have that moment.
I wouldn't do that. Let me guess. You scanned my brother and turned yourself into a clone of him.
You're
He
not as
figured
dumb
that
as
out
you
really
are.
quickly, yep.
Don't let my looks fool you. I am very, very dumb. Wait, I mean smart. I just look.
Oof.
Send help! Quickly!
Intruder in Nate's lab.
Rangers, get to the lab. Now.
I love this is our first real infiltration of the base, and it's handled quite well.
Oh no, they're both Steel.
Submitted for the
Ooh, they might be.
And now Nate's gonna have to decide which one to shoot.
Yeah. Oh, hon, look what's back. Did you see?
Is coming to town this weekend.
Is this Are You Afraid of the Dark?
They were all opening up their invitations to the Midnight Society.
We don't have much time. We're with you.
It's a reboot thing. Looks like.
Good luck.
Nice. Maybe scary to some viewers. Oh, that's nice.
Honestly, that almost looks like...
That's a good revival thing to have, I think.
Yeah, but it also kind of looks like the people who were in the Midnight Society are going to be having some actual adventures instead of just telling stories to each other.
Entirely possible. That did happen to the Midnight Society in the
Later
in like the movie spin-off, in the TV movie thing.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because the...
Reunion, this new high-rise
But I-
streets are it. Take
I
that, Jake
really
Feinberg.
don't
Take
get
what?
the thing with high-rise jeans.
I don't know.
I see you're still a weirdo. Made a whole career of it, babe. Shop up to 50%
But
off with jeans from just
but yeah, I'm looking forward.
It's hot.
I think that's a a nice, solid type of show to have a revival, just because the format of it.
Yeah, it's an anthology style.
Exactly.
Series,
I love anthology series, just in concept.
That just seems like it'd be really, really uncomfortable having my pants up over my belly button.
Mr. Al, now fight, just like how Hugh Jackman taught you.
I still don't know the name of Shaw's assistant in the hat. And
No,
I wish I did.
we really
I
want her to
the
become a real,
name.
like, proper character with a name. Well,
Wait, they're rebooting Rugrats too?
I've been heard that there was a revival coming up. I don't know if it's going to be...
Oh, apparently it's a miniseries.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
And they got Brandon Root.
Interesting. Brandon Root, he's been around he's in Legends of Tomorrow as the Atom, so he's part of the whole Arrowverse, but prior to that, he was Superman in Superman Returns, back in 2005. So he's actually, they're doing the, Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover for, yeah, it's Polly Pocket.
No, but look, Polly Pocket's Polly Pocket-sized again.
Yeah, you said that the last time we saw a Polly Pocket commercial.
Sorry, I'm hyped.
But
Because Polly Pocket got about this big instead of this big.
You were asking for Brandon Root.
Yes, who's Brandon Root?
Okay, so as I was just saying, he's in Legends of Tomorrow as the Atom right now. So he's part of the Arrowverse, but prior to that, he was Superman in Superman Returns back in 2005. And right now, the Arrowverse is working up to their big Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, where he's going to be playing older Superman again. I think I showed you the picture of that.
What's that? Okay.
Crisis on Infinite Earths is
No, I get all of that. I'm just... So he doesn't have any connection to the old Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I don't know if he does or not. He may.
Whoa.
What's up?
The sound's out.
The sound is out?
The sound is out.
How do we get the sound back? I think I accidentally clicked on a thing. And now we're back!
With audio!
With audio. Siri messed with us, but we're good to resume with Real Steel coming back from the commercials and go! Alright, there we go, racing into the lab. Above!
Yep, it's 2 steals. Now which one is the real
steal?
That's me! Don't listen to him. He's fake. What? No way. He's a Robotron. I caught him trying to damage your computer. Then he scanned me and turned me into a clone of me. You did that, not me. Nate, you can tell I'm the real Steel because no matter what happens, we stand by each other because we're brothers, right?
Who are you, really?
What? No, I'm the real Steel. I always thought I was perfect, and I usually am. But today, I made a huge mistake. When you said you didn't want to play basketball, I just assumed you'd rather do science experiments. I never knew that you didn't know how to play. I heard you tell Zoe. In my eyes, my brother can do anything. You even built me. It never occurred to me that there was something you couldn't do.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Can you ever forgive me for hurting your feelings?
Okay, now shoot the other one before he takes advantage of this touching moment.
Of course I forgive you.
Shoot him now. Shoot him now.
Will somebody please shoot the other steel?
What a sob story. Mission accomplished.
Whoops.
Hey, Rose!
Hey.
He destroyed my computer. Without the control circuits, we can't deploy our swords. Can you fix it quickly? Why?
Of course he can. My brother can do anything because he'll have me to help him.
We'll take care of this. You guys
go after Copytron or whatever
Tell me
it
what
is.
to do.
Clone Tron.
Just a perfectly natural robot, and not a totally evil robot.
So you like to clone Rangers, huh?
But now, you're gonna have to deal with the real thing.
Go. Nice. I love the roaring bunny. The roaring bunny will always be amazing.
Let's morphin!
There we go. Let's morphin.
That is what it is.
It might be a good copycat, but it's not much of a fighter. We've got him. Don't be so sure.
Jake, the monsters never do anything when the Rangers are morphing. Or having a roll call. So are we really surprised you just stood there through the happy moment?
That's fair. But even so.
So this is Jesse Flores.
Even so. He did take advantage of it.
Make it now, Straws. Yes, Rangers. Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy.
There we go. Oh, you know what I just realized?
What?
Oh, hey, they got this thing running.
Your Zord's deployment systems are back online.
Wow, that was fast.
Thanks, Nate.
That was way too easy.
I'm sorry, did that just say oh, it's just tickets. I thought it said Tetris, and I got really weird for a moment.
So, it just occurred to me, there was nothing with the data chips this episode. Or at least, that's very strange. Because we were continuing that arc the last two, but now
What
nothing.
kind of paranormal creature unseen on Power Rangers do you want to see get touched on as a team with Power Rangers? Why would Steel try archery?
Ooh.
Don't worry, that arc continues.
Oh.
Rose, no spoilers.
Wow, they just diving right into it. That was nice.
Not too much of a spoiler, so I'm not going to say anything, but no spoilers. You missed that part at the beginning that came in late. Yet another sword. I love how they just have a whole, like, caddy of swords.
Yeah. Oh, coffee time. They made very good use of this. Of this cloning.
It can't duplicate our teamwork.
This is just right in the hitting the Power Rangers sweet spot in this episode.
I'm still really ticked off at the one of those that I ordered for you from Japan.
Yeah, it never showed up.
Hanukkah. Never showed up.
Yeah.
Great shooting.
Up top!
Nice.
What's up, Nate?
Your swords are back online. They've been deployed to your location.
It was so fast that he repaired that. I find that hilarious.
Well, I mean, it looks to me like, for the most part, he damaged the monitor.
Yeah, I know. But even so, he still fulfilled his goal of wanting to smash.
Oh no! Now they have to figure out which one to...
I think we need to try something else. Any ideas?
Yep, but Devin probably won't like it. Rapid blast!
Shoot both of them. Really? That feels unnecessary. You have communication.
Like, I don't know why they didn't just call Devin. Are you on the left or the right?
Yeah, that felt unnecessary.
Why didn't they use Devin's fear of dogs? It seems they've forgotten about that element of the series. They really have.
Yeah. The weaknesses in general have popped up for the most part.
Kate?
Have a good night. Ooh. Time to finish it up. I like that they're not rushing this.
Kaeda?
Kaeda.
Kaeda!
Okay.
Good night, Kaeda!
There we go. Nice.
You give up. Oh.
Kaeda?
Kaeda.
Kaeda.
Kaeda, maybe?
Ooh.
Not Kaeda.
I like that they didn't rush the Zord fight this week.
Kaeda?
Duh. Yeah. Kaeda.
Kaeda.
Day. Kaede.
Kaede? As in dead?
Kaede.
You'd be great at basketball.
Dead.
Great.
Alright, so he's still working on these cheetah claws.
We're brothers. We shouldn't keep secrets from each other.
Kaed?
I'm sorry, Steel. I should have just told you. But it's embarrassing being the only one who doesn't know how to play sports. That's why I stick with science.
You once
Good night,
told me
Kisaragi.
that science is the exploration of the unknown. So, if basketball is unknown, then
Learning to play it is a science. Am I right?
Steel,
There's a
you're
crazy
great.
logic to that.
Why didn't the mensters grow? Do they not grow on the Sentai? No, they don't actually grow on the Sentai.
Not in this one.
They collect
I'll
enough
teach you my signature
Enertron,
move.
or
To power up
that's not what it's
Gigadrone.
called, is it?
It was called Enetron in the
Yeah. What,
in
what,
the original version.
what,
It's Morph-X here.
Morph-X. They collect enough Morph-X to beam in a big robot.
We've got this.
Hey, did not in Go Busters.
You want this? Hammer up, booyah, and here we go. Here we go.
Yep.
Here comes my signature move. A short.
This was a Chiplin episode.
Hold this. And hold on.
What? No, that is not how you. Wow, slam dunking. That's.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
I think that counts.
2 points. We won, bro.
Nate is so tiny, and that was kind of adorable.
Were they losing by 20 points?
Let him enjoy it.
Okay, that was really cute.
Oh, because apparently.
And now he's doing the robot. That was super cute.
No! Stop! Stubbity, stop!
We're not ready, kids.
There will be no SpongeBob SquarePants.
That was it was strange that they diverged from the arc this week, but that was still a really enjoyable episode, and that was a really strong Chiplin episode. That was because he had solo writing credit on this particular one.
Roxy wasn't in this episode
She was not.
at all.
The focus was very tight on the relationship.
Not one more word, Spencer.
And I love that. I love that they the core of it was the Nate and Steele relationship, but they managed to really smoothly incorporate Devin and Zoe into that as well.
They did.
And
Because they had Devin as the point of jealousy and Zoe running interference on the relationship.
that was just a strong episode
It
overall.
really was.
Like I'd say this may have been the strongest episode of Beast Morphers so far.
Oh, okay. Clone Tron is the little one and Clone Drone is the big one.
Right, because you got the Robotrons and the Gigadrones.
That's it. Thanks, Dustin.
I still feel like it should have been called Copytron because it was made out of copier. It wasn't made out of a cloner, unless cloners look like office printers now.
No, but it didn't look anything like an office printer once it was made.
True, but it was still what it was made from, though. Anyway, but then again, Cyclotron was made out of a tire, so
Who
whatever.
knows?
I do find it actually really funny that Cyclotron was made out of a tire,
Mm-hmm.
but Tyroid was made out of a bicycle.
Someone
So-
said in the comments, Shaw's assistant is named Sid.
Huh.
I've never heard that on the thing. Maybe they got it out of the credits. I don't know. But if that's Sid, then yay, Sid! We
We'll
like
see.
Sid. Tire stack. He was made out of a tire
Oh.
stack.
I assume that he was made out of one of the tires in the stack. I may be
Olivia
misrecalling.
McNeil wants to know if there's any theme, motif, or aesthetic unseen in Power Rangers that you would like to see.
I think even though Kamen Rider kind of has this a little bit claimed, I think that an insect theme would be interesting. We've had individual insect rangers, but that is an
Like
entire...
the two we have in this one.
But that is an entire, family in the animal kingdom. So I think that could be interesting. We've had dinosaur rangers before, plenty of times. Animal
Tons of
rangers in
dinosaur
general.
rangers.
But an insect team could be interesting.
Oh, that's nice. Mr. Allman suggests a monster motif with a vampire and a mummy. And
That could be cute and fun too.
12 Chinese zodiac animals season. Gee, I think I know which one we could adapt for that.
I don't know if that could work.
I mean, they've got
They've got a good chunk of them.
they've
But
got a large chunk of
well, Q Ranger is really, it's more just constellations. The Chinese zodiac isn't based off constellations, though, I believe.
No, it's not. But I feel like they have enough animals there that they could probably, like, shoehorn it in there if they want
Yeah,
to.
but really, it's really more
Oh,
constellations.
Steele said
focused.
Sid's name in the episode where he found the Robotron.
Oh,
when he found the Robotron.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that. Interesting. I might have to rewatch that little
Yeah,
scene.
Q Ranger is definitely more Western astrology. I'm just saying that you might be able to shoehorn the other thing in there, because you have the right number.
Well, you have the right number, but you don't have the right animals. There's not, like, a rat ranger. Or a rabbit ranger.
Okay, but you might be able to shoehorn it in there, because some of them don't really look very much like...
There's also not a chameleon in the Chinese zodiac.
You can make that one the snake.
Yeah, I guess.
Like I said, it would involve a lot of shoehorning.
Yeah. I feel like it's unnecessary, considering it's very clearly space-themed with star fields, and Chinese zodiac has nothing to do with the stars.
How about an actual time travel season where each episode is actually in a different era?
Yeah, it could be fun, too.
Time Force looked like it was going to be, but then wasn't.
But yeah, this,
Thanks, Rose.
On this episode,
I mean, they've got a dragon.
A really, yeah, I
and
know.
an ox.
Well, yeah. But they don't have a tiger, or horse, or goat, or monkey, or chicken.
Okay,
or dog,
you could probably
or pig.
repurpose Red into the tiger.
I guess that one's fair. But who would be the pig?
That would have to be.
Also, Stinger's pretty
That would have
obviously
to
a
be
scorpion.
Pink.
Pink would be the pig with the wings. She's gonna
When
be a
pigs
flying
fly.
pig. Yeah, that's about when they'll be adapting that into a Chinese zodiac season.
I'm a rat.
But yeah, I want.
What's your Chinese zodiac?
Me, I believe I'm an ox. Yeah, I really did enjoy this episode a lot. It ran a really careful balance with a number of different things, and it balanced them surprisingly well. Yes, I am.
What was the Chinese zodiac sign for 1985?
I'm sure I'm an ox.
You're an ox.
Yeah, I'm an ox.
Yes, Jake is younger than me.
Yep, just a little bit.
9 months.
Yep, 8 months. 9 months? 8 months. Yeah, 8 months.
8 months.
But yeah, honestly, I would have almost preferred to have this one last week instead of the episode that we ended up with, just because that could have shifted up the flow of things. But you know what? They wanted to establish that detection system, which, again, doesn't seem to actually really be doing much of anything. I still have yet to see the point of the detection system in story, outside of it's just something they wanted to have, because they were never surprised by it. Like, the detection system seems to go off while it's teleporting in. Like, it's not like they're doing...
I think it might give them, 10 seconds.
Like, at best, it really does not seem to make a difference.
A Re-Soldier adaptation, what name would you give to that?
I mean, the Dino Knights just feels like a given, but I'm not sure.
Kaiju Rider was thinking either Royal Dino or Dino Knights.
Yeah. But, yeah, the it's really weird, because I thought I knew what they were going to be doing with the detection system, but they haven't. Because the whole thing with the detection system was, I was thinking it was going to introduce the countdown clock from Go Busters, so that they wouldn't have to keep editing it out. But it hasn't been the countdown clock. It's just been we're detecting the thing arriving, as opposed to the thing is arriving. Shifted things by 10 seconds, so I'm curious why they've made it into such a thing. To the extent that it was introduced in episode 5 as an idea, and they worked towards it up until episode 11, when it was finally properly introduced, and now it's also been shown in this episode. So I'm curious if it's going to play a larger role at some point, because right now it just seems like an odd little thing to have as a focus, compared to, like, a new Zord or new Gigadrone, which feels like that should have had more lead-in last week. It also looks like we're solidly introducing a new weapon to be coming out soon, which we've seen glimpsed in the opening credits since the introduction of Nate with those cheetah claws.
Cheetah claws.
And those have been, I've seen those images of those, I think, in the toy releases since before the show even came out. So it'll be interesting to see those finally used in battle.
What's a battle chip?
Battle chip.
Who do you want to get all the battle chips?
Who do I want to get all the battle chips? Wait, is this...
You've sunk my battle chip!
I'm not sure. I don't know what that's referring to.
Data chips!
Oh, the data chips.
Oh,
okay.
Roxy.
Oh, okay. Well, she's already gotten 2 out of 3.
Yeah. She deserves them. She's been doing all the hard work.
Yeah, I'm wondering where they're going with that, since...
Like, battle chips? Is this...
Since they very much took a break...
Is this a Kamen Rider thing? I'm so out of the loop.
I was confused. But yeah, I don't know where they're going with that arc. This episode outside of the introduction of the... or the somewhat introduction of the cheetah claws, was not really an arc-driven episode.
No, this was definitely a character-driven episode.
But it was a very strong character-driven
and it was
episode.
very good.
Like, I'd say this ranks right up there with Return of the Caveman as one of the stronger Chiplin character-focused episodes that we've had since his return. Like, other strong character-focused episodes, I would say, would be like maybe Rise of the Ranger, when Philip got his powers.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. Those have been...
Because he was trying so hard, and then he did something actually...
Yeah. Actually worthy.
Yeah. This
You know,
was supposed to be Blaze's chance to shine. Yeah, well, he failed.
The episodes where they really dig into self-doubt of worthiness tend to be really good, strong episodes.
Famous in New Zealand was a pretty good episode as well.
That was a fun one. All the episodes that introduced, like, the wacky bonus rangers during the first season of Dino Charge, I thought were good. Like, when we introduced Ivan was a great addition, Arthur was a great addition, Philip was a great addition. Those were all really strong episodes. I liked Kendall throughout the season, but I did feel like her introduction as a ranger was a little rushed.
What happened to the real Blaze and Roxy's parents? Well, probably they're not, like, involved very much, because the real Blaze and Roxy are in a coma. So, also, who names their son Blaze?
I don't know.
I mean...
An arsonist?
Also, it's like 2019. I'm sure someone actually has named their son Blaze by now.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people, there are like teenagers named things like Apple and Zoomer. So yeah, somebody named their kid Blaze.
Yeah, I got 1 or 2 odd names in my classes. Like, just, it's like words that got turned into names, or like combined with names.
You mean like Lamangelo?
Not quite. More like,
New age parents, yeah, exactly.
I don't feel like saying names of actual
no, don't.
students.
Don't.
So I can't think of an example outside of the actual name.
Blaze is a saint.
Interesting.
There's a kid named A by now as well. In the United States, probably. I think I read somewhere that there are that a lot of places in Europe actually have rules to prevent things like that. Like, that your name has to have more than 2 letters, and also, like, cannot contain numerals.
Yeah.
But we have no such rules in the United States. So you can name your child Zero if you want to, and spell it as a 0.
But yeah, this is
yes, we know that Yoshi and Peter Sudarso are brothers in real life.
Yes.
I think pretty much everyone in the fandom knows that after
Yes.
the great big hugging, crying
Yes.
YouTube video when the...
that was such a great moment.
That was a wonderful video.
When
if
Peter
you haven't
was
seen
cast.
it, Chris, I'd look it up.
But,
It was during the announcement of the cast of
Ninja Steel.
Of Ninja Steel.
Ninja Steel. But yeah, I have to say, so far, Beast
Yes!
Morphers, Beast Morphers is pretty solidly, I'd say the best season that we've had since the first season of Dino Charge. So it's, now, which is better remains to be seen as far as how Beast Morphers continues to progress. But this is easily, thus far, I would say ranking in the top 2 of like the last, 10 years.
Rose,
And no, when I say 10 years, I'm not including 2009. I'm saying 2010 through 2019.
Rose pointed out that apparently in Japan, one of the high-ranking Kira Kira names is Tetris.
Fun.
And Kira Kira names, that's a phrase I learned from Rachel and June. And they're basically, it basically means sparkly names.
Okay.
And they're not names that normal people are supposed to have.
Okay.
They're like names that sound like you should be an anime protagonist.
Interesting.
But apparently some people are giving them to their kids, and this is considered tacky. Oh, Rose watches Rachel and June as well.
Nice. Nice. So, yeah, I've been... This is definitely just... I don't know how... I keep wanting to say more about this episode, but I feel like we really covered a lot of it as it was happening, just how well they conveyed the relationship between Nate and Steele. And made Steele a very well-realized character in this episode. He's already been a strong character, and they just really hit it home with the heart of this episode. The
Avatars are a sort of a brains and bronze duo.
Yeah, but...
With Blaze as the bronze.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Yoshi as a tourist and a ninja.
Yeah,
also
that's
true.
true. But yeah, I'm really glad that they did. Well, yeah, I know.
Nobody counts
2010, but 2010 was within the last 10 years as far as years go. I'm not counting it as a season. I'm counting it as a year that exists.
That was a year with no Power Rangers.
Yes.
There was no.
That's why I say this is thus far in the top 2 of this decade. Because, RPM was last decade. RPM was obviously a very, very strong season.
In Bleach 16, this show has nailed family dynamics more than the last few attempts in Ninja Steel and Dino Charge. And they really have. And they're doing it with a robot.
It's true. Well, we've had a lot of good... Also, Devin and his dad was an excellent family dynamic.
What happened to Devin's dad?
He just hasn't been present in the last few episodes. He was in the first episode, the third episode, and the fifth episode.
I would smack them. Because you're setting your child up for a lifetime of being picked on.
I really like it when the show's not afraid to delve into complex emotional dynamics. Because it feels like they really were trying to not... to keep things simple in the past. And, this one...
Oh, no!
...was not something that... What did I...
So, Rose was talking about how Nate and Steele call each other bro every 30 seconds, and then I was putting it together with the earlier comment about Nate being so short.
Yeah.
And I realized...
What?
They're the Elric brothers.
That's great. They are totally the Elric brothers.
Even the tall one in the suit is the little brother.
You got the suit of armor, that's the younger brother. It's wow, you're right. That is a really good point. Nate's basically an alchemist. He was just pouring goo into technology.
I know!
That's alchemy. That's what alchemy basically is.
Steel, Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, man. I kind of want the Halloween episode to have them dress up as the Elric brothers, because that would be amazing.
That would be amazing. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, but that would be amazing. And I feel
well, good night, Jesse.
Have a good night, Jesse. Also, from what I have seen, I'm sure that Abraham Rodriguez would make a much better older Elric brother than the actual actor who portrayed him in American media. But that's neither here nor there.
Connection? How did any of us not make that connection until just now? It's just nobody made that connection until just now.
Yeah, and
that just happened.
That was really funny.
Bye, Joseph.
All right, it looks like a lot of people are.
And Nate's love interest is blonde.
That's true. Zoe for Winry. There we go. Wow. So wait. So does that make the Dogatron Nina? I'm just saying. There was...
You had to bring Nina into this.
I'm just saying.
You had to bring Nina into this.
Dogatron. It was an improper use of technology that created a humanoid dog hybrid.
No, Rose.
I'm just saying. Parallels are there.
You see what she said?
What did she say? Edward. I haven't seen the show in a long time.
That's what the hybrid thing says.
Yeah, I know.
Sadly.
I know.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rose. I was reading that as Rose, like the flower.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's told you before.
He has told me before.
Sorry about that, Rose.
I'm sorry. I need to take notes.
That's true. Okay. But yeah, I know that, they were saying Reed McGowan is Steele's suit actor. And yeah, Steele's suit actor, I think, has been doing a pretty solid job. Obviously, a lot of it is coming through in the voice, but I think that Steele's suit actor has also been doing a good job as well. And from what I gather, they did bond a lot on set. Especially his little lean while on that random cart was very cute. Steele is easily falling into that similar role to Ivan or Coda from Dino Charge, where you just have a character who is a fish out of water who can really be more off the wall, and those do tend to come out pretty strong.
Ew.
What's that?
Steele's mannerisms trump.
Yeah, no.
Hey, there's no problem bringing Edward up. The problem is bringing Edward up.
Yeah. But yeah, Steele is also still very different from BJ Stagg, but I think that he is he's been adapted in a way that was somewhat unexpected, but still I think very true to the heart of the character, but through the lens of being an American character.
Yeah, I think it actually works better than if they'd have stuck with more of the original BJ Stagg, who is, as he would tell you, an egoist.
Yes. But he does still have that.
Is an egoist, but he wouldn't tell you that because he doesn't know it. I
feel like Steele is a more emotionally vulnerable version of BJ Stagg. A more emotionally vulnerable and emotionally honest version of BJ Stagg, and I think that is great. Because that is something that kids should be seeing.
He's also better at learning about caring about other people. Yeah. Because BJ Stagg...
Well, he was tremendously loyal to Jay.
And only Jay.
Was that his name? Jin. He was tremendously loyal to Jin.
And only.
and you could see how much he cared about him, in many regards. But yeah, I do very much like how they've adapted that character. So while we're engaging in so much back and forth here with the chat, I do want to again ask, because I don't think I saw too many responses.
Nobody's responded.
Do you have an opinion on
Conversations in context
or
writer
logs? Do you want to see the conversations in context for next week, or do you want to see the Kamen Rider Build writer log for next week? I want to know what you guys think. I don't know if I have time for both.
We got one vote for conversations in context and one for writer log.
All right, and if you're in the comments, not just the chat, but in the comments, should also let me know as well. Oh, it's back and forth.
Don't diss Robo Knight. He had an arc.
Here's the thing about Robo Knight. Yeah, he had an arc.
It wasn't a very good one.
His arc was the best part of Megaforce, but that's not saying much. And he was only able to have such a strong arc because he started off as such a bad character. Yeah. I'm sorry, I really did not like Robo Knight in his first few episodes.
Oh,
he got more likable over time, and he did grow, but I found him very frustrating in his first few episodes.
Right now,
and the way that he dominated the series was very frustrating.
4-2 in favor of conversations in context. So
that's good to know.
But keep mentioning things, and those watching on playback.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking in the comments as well.
Right. Like they're both videos I would like to do. It's just a matter of which I'm going to be able to do for next week.
A girls-only conversation, if there is one. Probably not, because that would require us to find 2 girls.
Yeah, I do have a topic in mind, and I you as always, you'll see what it is as I get through it. But I am looking at the starting point of demons being a thing.
And even if it
and I know that
much like Rose.
So let's see. So yes, it's looking very, very strong for conversations in context right now. And we'll see what if unless things change up on the comments in the posted version. But also, I'm going to I'll put it out on social medias as well. But it does look like conversations in context is winning out a bit. Alright, so we've been going for a little over an hour now. So unless anyone has some last minute things, I think we're at a good point to wrap things up.
Yeah, I think we are.
Yeah. So thank you again for joining us for a wonderful episode of Power Rangers Beast Morphers. I'd say this was probably our favorite episode of Power Rangers Beast Morphers so far. And I hope that it continues along this trend. Oh, and somebody was asking about the host of the Minosaur from Real Soldiers being Beelzebub relating to the Bible, and I think that was based off, it was based off, the Western mythology of the Bible, just as many other creatures have been very much Western mythology in their origins. But yeah, people are saying that people are sending out rumors about what the next Sentai is. I'd say hold off on any mentions of that in the chat, because I do like for MJ to be surprised by whatever the new I'm
not supposed to know what the new Sentai is. I'm not supposed to be spoiled on Sentai either.
Yeah. But I think that'll wrap things up.
I think we did actually answer the question about a homeschooled Power Ranger.
We talked about that.
A part of a team.
Yeah. Like showing different
Yeah, I think showing different backstories is a great idea, and
different
it's
backgrounds.
just that you shouldn't make a whole team out of a alternative background because then it becomes gimmicky.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. But yes,
Hi, Devious! You caught us just in time!
But yes, Beelzebub is another name for the devil in different interpretations. But yeah. So, anywho, I think we are good to... yeah, sorry, Devious Rage, that you only made it for the last 3 minutes.
Few seconds. Because we're off now.
Yeah, we're closing it up.
We're headed out.
So until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. Alternate episode title: Full Steel Alchemist Brotherhood.